All right, happy Tuesday, the 19th of September, 919. I did a equinox, they called it a soul terra meditation today. So I did that earlier today, and then I went and did a Reiki session on clients. So I am full of light. I love doing Reiki because when I shuffle right, when I give, I also receive. And then I'm in a trance state. Now I got Goddess guidance. So we're just gonna vibe it on out the rest of this evening. I think or can I get this together? And then after this, I will be having some more goddess energy. Me and my mom meet on Tuesdays now to go to dinner because she likes a dollar oyster and fried okra at this place by my house. So I'll be doing that. That goddess, that little feisty goddess, 4'9" goddess. Let's see, what does the Divine Feminine Collective 6? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So the energy we have for this evening is fertility, okay, with the Goddess Ostara. She says, I'm mascara on my finger. It is a perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Okay, so I can't remember if it was last week's Goddess Guidance, but we worked with the energy of fertility. So we have another time, another opportunity to work with fertility. And with that word, fertility, I know a lot of us go straight to thinking pregnancy, but you can be fertile with all kinds of things. Fertility is actually an energy that you want to be supportive of you when you are embarking on creative endeavors, new ventures, whether it's business or an adventure, personal, anything like that. It's an opportunity. I think fertility, because we may put it in this box of pregnancy, sometimes we may shy away from that. And when it comes down to manifestations and law of attraction, if you find that you're kind of stuck or things aren't growing the way you would like for them to, you hit like a wall or something, think about fertility, okay? Bringing some fertility, the essence of fertility into your being and embodying that. Because what happens is, to me, it reminds me of how in society, we have streets and buildings and, sidewalks, all this concrete and all this sort of stuff. But then you notice little sprouts of, life coming up, right? Sometimes you see the roots of a tree breaking through the sidewalk, the cement of the sidewalk. You might see flowers and things like that. I've noticed the other day there was flowers growing out of the sewage. Abandoned buildings eventually get taken over by ivy, grass, earth, any of that type of stuff, flowers, whatever. And so fertility just means regardless of what is in our path or what may be sitting on top of us, we have the ability to maneuver around it. Okay. Fertility is very, very deeply connected with creativity, and creativity is not just like artistic expression like music or dance or painting and writing, things like that. It could also be associated with thinking outside the box, right? Not one way of doing things. So creativity is like, okay, you have this abandoned building that's been sitting here and you have earth growing all around it, whether it's, like I said, tree roots growing through it, uprooting it, that foundation, or ivy taking over it, things like that. But it could also be an expression of creativity. It's creating a new structure, creating something completely different. That building is no longer the same as it was. Its intention may not be the same as it was before either. So embrace the energy of fertility. See if tonight's meditation, if there is any resistance to being fertile. Okay. And that replies whether or not you have your reproductive organs or not. If you have a female body, you still have the accessibility to this type of essence and energy. So Miss Ostara is a Teutonic goddess of fertility and springtime. She's sometimes called austere. Oh, something just hit me too. I just got a little download. The words east and Easter are both named after Ostara because of the reference to the sun rising in the east and the increase in sunlight beginning in Celtic springtime. She is celebrated during the spring equinox as the bringer of increased light and the balance between nighttime and daytime hours. So call upon Ostara to increase your fruitfulness, which I think that is what we worked on last week. Fruitfulness, fertility, or to help you embark on new ventures. I might be a little psychic. I'm just saying. I literally just said new ventures. And fruitfulness and fertility were energies we tapped into last week. So you know what? We're going to do it again, like a little replay. And the download that I got was, I realized we'll be embarking on the fall equinox this week. And so Ostara comes with the spring equinox. So I'm gonna let that marinate for a second. I can feel a collective message coming with that one. So we'll save that later. Okay. Now, with that being said, that was the bowl that wanted to be struck. So go ahead and take a moment to find your space. And taking another moment to find your breath. Just observing its ebb and flow. Noticing its rate, its temperature, its depth. Without changing anything, just observing what is here in this moment. Scanning your body from head to toe. Inviting any areas of tension to be at ease. And just settling in. Feeling yourself rooting down into the earth. Either through the base of your spine, or through the soles of your feet, maybe both. Just allow your imagination to follow those roots as they go down deep into the earth, bypassing all the various layers of history that she holds, finding yourself, growing those roots around a crystalline core of Mother Earth. It's as if the center of the earth is a geode, a crystal geode, or maybe it's a diamond, sapphire, ruby, emerald, whatever gemstone you decide. Just taking a moment to recognize that although we may see this earthly realm around us in the 3D, being one of duality, heaven and hell both coexisting, the good and the bad, that there is a space for us, a sacred space held within the womb of Mother Earth, untouched. Place of purity, space that continues to evolve, to nurture and nourish us, space that continues to grow, to move, to flow. A space that feels like home, warm and inviting. A space that, regardless of what we may see, she still produces diamonds and gemstones. The earth can be barren like the desert. She can also be like the beautiful, lush jungle, exotic, wild, free. Tap into that aspect of Mother Earth. Allow yourself to really feel strongly rooted in that essence. And maybe you begin to draw up from the earth her vital life force energy. Feeling it come up all the way through those roots, into the soles of your feet, into the base of your spine, your legs, your hips, your pelvis, allowing that energy to come all the way up into the belly, into the heart space, up and out the crown of your head, out through your limbs, your arms, hands, and fingertips. Allow yourself to receive the energy of fertility from Mother Earth. What would that feel like? What would that look like in your imagination? To draw up the energy of fertility from the Divine Mother that supports us from below. Receiving this vital nourishment, not only to your body, but to your soul. Giving yourself permission to release any of the heaviness from your day, or your weekend, this season, this life. Give yourself permission to just let go and releasing all of that down through those roots, where Mother Earth receives, heals, transmutes those energies as she sends it back to its original source. And simultaneously gifting you her divine essence to replace what you are releasing, creating a cyclical energy of giving and receiving between you and Mother Earth. Allowing you to just create this circuitry of energy, this flow that also aligns you with the flow and harmony of nature. When you take time to consciously connect to the cyclical rhythms of nature, above and below, you are supported in both above and below. It allows you to live in harmony with the divine feminine essence, her rhythm, her cycle, tuning your rhythm, your cycles, two heartbeats becoming one. Deepening your connection with yourself, with your body, who you are as a female, as a woman, as a goddess, priestess, Empress, Sovereign, Queen. As you embrace these cycles and rhythms, know that right now is a perfect time. Claim this moment as the perfect time for you to start those new projects, to embark on those new endeavors, to access new ideas, and to give birth to new conditions. This is a gestation period, just in the beginning phases. What is it that you would like to create? What are you creating? What steps are needed for you to give birth to this healthy, new, prosperous, abundant beginning come springtime? See, spring is any time when the light increases within your mind and your entire system. That means spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, sexually, however you decide, romantically, environmentally, professionally. If you've been feeling dark or heavy, depressed, you can simply lighten up by fueling yourself with positive intentions. What are your intentions? How do you nourish yourself? How can you better nourish yourself? Taking care of your body. Anything that sparks your feelings of love, surround yourself with that. Embrace the beauty that surrounds you, whether it's the flowers, the trees, your face, your energy. Smile. Maybe brighten the colors in your wardrobe or your home. Draw back the curtains, not only from the windows, but any veils that may be clouding your judgment, your ability to see things clearly. You can always paint a sunnier outlook within yourself, giving rise to all sorts of new opportunities, since like attracts like. What are you attracting? Know that you have to be that, feel that, embody that, so that you can magnetize it to you. Feel yourself magnetizing and drawing up the energy of fertility from the earth below, drawing up the energy of creativity from the earth below, drawing up the energy of cycles and rhythms, divine timing from the earth below, drawing up the energy of abundance, wildness, the energy of being feral, free, unrestrained, uninhibited. Notice how you feel as you call and draw upon these energies of earth. Allow yourself to be resourced. What is it that you need from earth? Allow yourself to soak it up, call it in, draw it in, receive, allowing it to come all the way up from the earth into your body, up and out through the crown, filling the entire space around you, sitting in this energy for just a moment. It's as if you are a seedling held within the earth. Her loving, nurturing energy all around you. The energy of celebration, trusting in divine timing. The energy of fertility, knowing that you can bring your desires into fruition, fruitfulness. What would that feel like? To draw up the energy of fruitfulness from the earth below. You see, as you spruce up your inner and outer world, you'll feel more energized, powerful. And then you'll want to capitalize on this increased energy, pouring it into your intentions and your creations, really doing that which makes your heart sing with excitement. What else do you need to receive from the earth? Maybe it's a sense of safety. Drawing that up. Maybe it's a sense of security, stability, sense of being at home. Home with yourself, your own home, a new home, whatever it is. Stability. What would it feel like to draw up from the earth the essence of stability, groundedness, flow? Whatever you choose to receive from the earth, allow it to come all the way through you, filling every aspect of your body, all the way from your feet, up through the legs, into the hips, the base of your spine, going all the way up the spine, all the way up through the body, to the heart space, clearing any energetic blocks, dissolving any tension. Relax. Bringing all of that energy up through the heart space, and down to the arms, hands, fingertips, out to the crown of your head, like a fountain. Maybe you see colors. Maybe you feel it. Maybe you just know it. Maybe you get some insight. Maybe all of the above. Allow your intuitive gifts, knowing, feeling, sensing, maybe smelling, tasting, all of these extra sensory perceptions, ESP, to awaken. And just notice how it feels to receive to be supported with tender, loving care? What would it feel like to be cared for? What would it feel like to be cared for? To be genuinely loved, tended to, nurtured. Allow yourself to receive this nourishment. Whatever else that you may need or desire, allow your intentions, your creations to also receive this nourishment, this vital life force energy. Drawing all of this energy up from the earth and into your body, out through your crown. Sometimes on our spiritual journey, we focus so much on ascending, going up in consciousness, higher levels of consciousness awareness. However, the essence of the divine feminine is one of descending, going down, going within. Some of us walk around in balance because we forget to tap into the essence of earth. We're so focused and lofty in our ideas and our mental, we get so caught up in the mind, all this heady type energy, loftiness, heads in the clouds. We forget to keep our feet on the ground. As above, so below. Even when we hear that phrase, we think of as above, the heavens above, the cosmos, the universe, and we think of below, we think of the physical realm of earth. We forget that there are lower dimensions of energy, vital life force energy, held within the womb of Mother Earth. This is why it's so important to stay connected, not only to that above, but to the earth below us, beneath us. Feminine energy descends. It moves downwards, like our breasts as we grow and age. If you're pregnant at any point, the baby comes down and out. Our blood and our lunar cycle flows down and out. Any other liquids, nectar from our body all flows down. So to truly connect that earthly energy below. We need to dive deep. Not just the physical earth that we see around us, the houses, the cars, the clothes, the bags, the food, the this and that, but the true essence of earth, which is beneath us. That is where fertility comes from. This third dimension of all the physical stuff is a meeting point, a space in between. It's a stopping point, a dimension. Our everyday lives, we live in the third dimension. Many spiritualists talk about ascending to the fifth dimension. Not too many people talk or focus on the second dimension, the first dimension. This is a sweet spot. This is unlocking a new level, but instead of going up, like masculine energy ascends, masculine energy rises to the occasion, if you know what I mean. Feminine energy descends. It goes down. It goes within. Knowing how to tap into these levels of lower dimensions as a female can be a life hack, a game changer. It allows you to bring your desires, your intentions, which may be held within the loftiness of your mind, into fruition, into the material realm. You need both. We are the embodiment of both, but here in this space, we honor, we remember the divine feminine. This is our space. Sacred, sensual, whole, loving, resourceful, plentiful, fruitful, allowing us to be fulfilled before going back into what we may call a man's world, which is ironic, considering the world is feminine. We call her Mother Earth for a reason. We've forgotten. That's okay. Here in this space, we remember. Here in this space, we can allow ourselves to be, to receive the stability, the security, safety, the tenderness, the strength, the grace, the beauty, the creativity, the fertility, abundance, prosperity that we desire, that we are worthy of, that we need. Connecting to the lower dimensions of this earthly realm helps to empower you. It helps to strengthen your manifestations. Anytime you are working with the law of attraction and wanting to bring creations into fruition, tap in below. Draw up the energies that you need from the earth below. Allow that to come up and through you, and pouring that into your creations. And watch how things grow. Watch how much more fruitful you become. You see, some may see the first dimension, the inner realms, the deepest realms of earth, as a crystalline core. Maybe it's an iron core. Maybe it looks like seventh grade science to you. However, the earth looks, the center of the earth looks to you is perfect and fine. You can always change it with your imagination and your creativity, whatever inspires you. It can look like a paradise. This journey to the center of earth. The second dimension is the cellular level of things, the atomic level. The second dimension is where that which we cannot see begins to take form. That which we cannot see with the naked eye is created. An example is when sperm and egg come together. We can't see it with the naked eye. On a cellular level, something is happening. Same as all the cells of our body. We don't see it necessarily until time has gone by. And we notice we've gone from infant to baby and toddler, young child, teenager, young adult, middle-aged, elder. Then we see the cellular transformation eventually through time. But in every millisecond, something is happening cellularly. This is the second dimension. The second dimension is also where energies of bacteria or viruses, all of those little things, the atomic structure, the cellular structure of things take form. The third dimension is when we actually see it, possibly with our naked eye. As we ascend upwards, the fourth dimension is one where we begin to discern whether something is good or bad, yes, no, left, right. The fifth dimension, as we ascend, that's where we begin to tap into higher levels of consciousness. But if we are truly to reside in harmony above and below, we must really allow ourselves, especially as women, to go deep. You may have forgotten, but here we remember that we are always rooted and connected to Divine Mother Earth. Receive her nourishment, her blessings. This is our source of inspiration, of creativity, of fertility. This is what we celebrate here in this space. This is a space where you are celebrated. Before we close, find 3 things about yourself to celebrate. Giving yourself that tender, loving care. Nurturing yourself. Honoring yourself as an extension of the earth below and heaven above. You are the embodiment of both. That above and below. Maybe you choose to celebrate that. A beautiful, divine expression that you are. And when you're ready, taking a breath as you land back here in this moment, gently landing back in your physical body, wiggling your toes, fingers, taking a stretch, maybe giving yourself a little massage, a hug. And with love and gratitude, that you always remember your truth, that you be fruitful in your creations, abundant in your life experience, here as a female, as a woman, that you be celebrated in all of your todays and tomorrows. So it is. Alrighty. You know, I like that. Like I said, I did a meditation earlier with that, and I thought it was interesting. An equinox celebration. I thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, Soul, Terra. Okay, like Soul, Sun, Terra, Earth. Gotcha. But it's also very interesting how in so many different teachings they call upon the energy of the sun beaming on us as well as receiving from the earth, and I don't know, I just thought that was very interesting because sometimes we kind of forget, like, oh, we gotta ascend and all this stuff up here, and it's like, yeah, like, that's no wonder we feel disconnected and not in our bodies and stuff, because we forget to go deep down below. I need to start doing some content around this for our YouTube, because it's getting on my nerves. Just to be honest, I'm like, everybody keeps talking about the 3rd dimension of Earth and ascending to the 5th dimension. I'm like, where? There are other dimensions, people. There are other freaking dimensions. And no wonder people feel disconnected, because everyone's saying, oh, we gotta just go from here to here. And it's just like, people just all scatterbrain. Anyways, enough of my ranting. Fertility. Various meanings of this card is that this card signifies pregnancy. Pump your brakes, okay? You don't want to get physically pregnant? You know how to strap, use protection. I'm not a big fan of birth control, just to let y'all know, but whatever. But whatever works for you. But pregnancy can also be like your creations that you want to give birth to, okay? So you will be involved with a successful child conception, adoption, or custody resolution, if that resonates with you. There you go. Your desire will fully manifest in the springtime. Okay, so like I said, we're in a gestation period. I also say that too because one of the things, like, Okay, for instance, Sydney and I, we're doing this soft launch on social media because, well, you got retrogrades, and then just naturally, fall and winter is not really the ideal time to spring up with new things. Like you can think about it, but it's like you kind of like work low key. You know what I'm saying? Fall and winter is more about being retrospective or introspective. It's not, you don't see, unless you're on the southern hemisphere, but then it's not really winter there, it's winter for us up here. So when you're working with the seasons and cyclical rhythms of nature, if there's things that you're trying to manifest right now and they're not coming into fruition, it might be because you're working on the wrong cycle. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Things are, better off working. You're better off working and doing due diligence behind the scenes right now in fall winter time, as we've gone from summer to fall, going to fall and winter. Doing your due diligence behind the scenes, gathering your resources. Like that's what you do in the fall and winter. You gather your resources. You're more at home base. You're taking care of home base, right? It gets cold, you're probably more at home, you're cozy, more covered up, things like that. So it's really a time, fall and winter, if you're working on business stuff to or just personal stuff, to actually kind of maybe keep more things to yourself, or just kind of work behind the scenes a little more quietly. Like real G's move in silence, and so does Mother Earth. Okay, so so with that being said, spring will be the time where you're like, hey, like I'm popping out now. Okay, that's what the plants do, flowers do, seedlings do. They pop out when it's springtime, not in the winter. There are some things that are, annuals, whatever. But it's a rare bunch of vegetation that actually like pops up in the winter. I know there's certain, yeah, no, I think that's it. Okay, anyways, there will be a resurrection of the old. Okay. Like, nothing really came to me on that one, but if there is a resurrection of the old, especially we just got through Venus, Mercury retrograde and stuff, might be in a little shadow phase or whatever. But with other planets in retrograde, this could be an opportunity where if the resurrection, like old stuff comes up, it could be maybe because they need to be uprooted. Maybe the shit's just dead. The roots are dead, and you're like, nope, that ain't gonna work. But in that space, I know something else I want to plant. So your new idea or venture will be successful. Own it, claim it. And it's an opportune time to make life changes. So own that too and move accordingly. Okay. Um, Collective message. There was something I was talking about earlier. Equinox. Okay. So yeah, to me, this is, I think I really already mentioned it. This is a good time to go within and, like I said, do, diligence as far as working on your creations, tying up loose ends right now, just making like fine tuning things. If you already have things that are going, then that's fine. Not saying put a stop or a halt to those things. You can still manifest things during this time, right? It doesn't mean like, oh, I'm a Capricorn and I can't manifest things for my birthday. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, just honor the cycles and rhythms. However, you can also, as a like in traditional Chinese medicine, you can have a personal spring moment too, even if it is winter outside. A personal springtime looks like, for a woman, she's giving birth to new creations, new ideas, things like that. Even though it might be winter temperature wise outside, within you, there's a rebirth happening. Okay. Within you, there's a new beginning. Okay. It's just that it may not fully come out or be all the way expressed until the spring, right? So like for me, and you can have your own spring, like maybe showing out. Like I feel like, me personally, that's the only example I could really use. Me personally, I have people have been commenting like, yeah, I see you on, on social media, you look like you thriving, like you just events and public speaking things, and like you just seem like things are happening. So to me, I'm having a personal spring. Okay, even though we're going into fall or whatever, I'm having a personal spring. Things in my life are coming into fruition, or coming up, right? Even though we're going into a fall winter season. And so you can embody that and embrace that, but with each season there are certain characteristics. And so you can have a personal spring, you can have a personal summer, you can have a personal fall, you can have a personal winter. And it just depends on how you want to work with your personal cycles within the collective cycle. Okay, so that's a little bit of mindfulness. That's like, the next level of working with divine timing and energy. So I would suggest for the collective message to just check in where you are in your cycle. Okay, not your actual physical like period cycle, but unless that is something that is an issue for you, learning how to support that particular cycle within your body, but also where you are just in life, what kind of cycle. If you've had a lot of endings, then it's probably you are going through a winter phase already. See what I'm saying? So even though we're in the kind of a late summer, you might be going through, if you're having a tower moment, like in tarot, if you're having a tower moment, you might be going through a winter phase, even though we're in summer. Okay. See what I'm saying? And so with that being said, know where, like, see where you are in your own personal cycles and rhythms, and learn how to embrace that. Because when you deny that aspect of wherever you are energetically, when you deny that, then what happens is you create resistance. And where there's resistance, next thing you know, things are stagnant and stuck. And a lot of things start to like manifest that are out of your control, or, less than desirable. But when you learn how to work with those types of energies, then you actually know how to, like I said, it's like a life hack. You know how to unlock this level and be able to like capitalize on this, take the best of both worlds, basically. And it helps you to feel less out of control, more in control, but also more in rhythm and harmony. And things will be, you'll find yourself maybe more supported during those transitional moments. So, all right, that's what I got for you. Collective message. And let me, I always want to hit the end button, not stop recording.